Some time ago, I was introduced to Terryology, a controversial theory developed by Terrence Howard. Most people dismissed his theory immediately. I could not because I thought he was right, but because I could not immediately put my finger on precisely why he was wrong. And that bothered me. In the process of working through his theory, a simple illustration about a candle and a mirror exposed the error. Terrence Howard is an accomplished actor, but he is also something more. He is a deeply committed independent thinker who has spent years developing his unconventional mathematical theory. Howard studied chemical engineering before pursuing acting, and by his own account, dedicates extraordinary amounts of time to exploring ideas that most people would never think to question. Whatever one makes of his conclusions, the commitment is undeniable. At the heart of Terryology is a single provocative claim: 1 times 1 equals 2. Howard argues that the accepted mathematical result, that 1 times 1 equals 1, is fundamentally wrong, and that recognizing this error would revolutionize our understanding of mathematics and the universe. He has published his reasoning, appeared on major platforms to defend it, and built elaborate physical models to illustrate it. He makes 3 arguments, and on the surface, each one appears plausible. First, from the definition of multiplication itself, Howard argues that to multiply means to increase, to make many or manifold. If 1 times 1 equals 1, nothing increased. In Howard's view, that means the operation failed its own definition. Something that produces no increase cannot legitimately be called multiplication. Second, from square roots, Howard observed that the square root of 4 is 2, proven by the fact that 2 times 2 equals 4. Following that same logic, Howard argues that the square root of 2 should be 1, and if the square root of 2 is 1, then 1 times 1 must equal 2. Third, from Newton's third law, that every action has an equal and opposite reaction, Howard argues that if one acts upon one and nothing changes, that violates a foundational law of physics. Something must react. Something must be produced. His reasoning appeared plausible on the surface, yet the conclusion did not. Many examined this theory and dismissed it. Neil deGrasse Tyson, whom many regard as a leading scientific communicator, reviewed Howard's arguments and concluded they contained statements that were underinformed, misinformed, or simply false. But I found myself asking a different question. Not simply, is he wrong? But how does such an arguably brilliant mind arrive at such a flawed conclusion? The answer, when it came, surprised me with its simplicity. In order to properly articulate it, I need to first explain 2 things: what mathematics actually is and the nature of the number 1. Mathematics is more than numerical calculations. It is a language, the most precise and universal language that exists. And like all languages, its purpose is to describe something beyond itself. We did not invent this language. We discovered it. What we invented were the symbols, the numerals, the notation, the formal systems we use to communicate mathematical truths to each other. Different cultures developed different symbols, but the underlying relationships they were describing were always the same. Consider astronomy, the stars, the galaxies, the vast architecture of the cosmos. They exist completely independently of our awareness of them. They were there before the first human eye looked up. Astronomy is our attempt to study and describe that reality, to map it, measure it, name it. The cosmos is the reality. Astronomy is the language we built to talk about it. One is the thing itself. The other is our best attempt to capture it in a form the human mind can work with. Mathematics stands in that same relationship to reality. It is not the universe. It is the most precise and reliable language we have for describing the universe. Reality exists independently of mathematics. Mathematics exists to describe reality. This is why mathematics is the only truly universal language. Not because human beings agreed on it, but because it was already there, waiting to be discovered, the same everywhere and always. And understanding this, that mathematics is a language describing reality rather than being reality itself, is essential to understanding where Terryology goes wrong. Because the moment we confuse the language with the thing it describes, we have left solid ground entirely. Imagine a candle sitting on a table, a single flame, steady and real. Now place a mirror in front of it. There is now a reflection. It flickers when the real candle flickers. It appears to have the same warmth, the same light, the same presence. To a casual glance, they seem identical, but they are not the same kind of thing. The candle exists in reality, independently of the mirror. Remove the mirror, and the candle keeps burning exactly as before. The candle does not need the mirror to exist. The reflection is something entirely different. It has no wax. It produces no heat. It has no independent existence whatsoever. It exists only because the candle exists, and only as long as the mirror is present. Remove the mirror, and the reflection vanishes instantly. It was never a candle. It was always only an image of one. This distinction between the thing itself and its reflection is one of the most important distinctions we can make, and it is one we overlook surprisingly often, because reflections can be so faithful, so precise, so convincing, that we forget they are not the thing itself. When we look at mathematics with all its precision, its elegance, its extraordinary power to describe the world around us, we are looking at a reflection, a remarkably faithful one, but a reflection nonetheless. The candle exists in reality. Mathematics exists in the mirror. Understanding that mathematics exists in the mirror as a reflection of reality rather than reality itself raises a question worth examining carefully. If mathematics exists in the mirror as a reflection of reality, what exists in reality? What is the candle that mathematics reflects? The answer begins with the most fundamental element in all of mathematics, the number 1. Something shifted in my mind when I first understood that 1 is not just a number. It is hard to describe precisely, but the closest I can get is this. It was like organizing a closet. Suddenly, things that had been jumbled together were sorting themselves out. This belongs here. That belongs there. What had seemed like a single category revealed itself to be 2 entirely different things that had no business occupying the same space. Most of us learn mathematics as a child and never question its foundations. Numbers are numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 line up obediently on a number line, each one the successor of the previous, each one playing by the same rules. We learn to add them, subtract them, multiply and divide them. And nowhere along the way does anyone stop to ask, wait, Is 1 actually the same kind as all other numbers? I am asking that question now. Consider this. Nothing plus nothing equals nothing. Nothing times nothing equals nothing. Nothing divided by nothing equals nothing. In order for anything to exist, whether in mathematics or in reality, something had to exist first. You cannot build anything from nothing. You cannot get anywhere from nowhere. In mathematics, that something is always 1. 1 is where we begin. Every other number is where we are going. 10 is 1 with a 0 added. 100 is 1, 2 zeros added. Even 2 is simply 1 plus 1. You cannot construct any number in mathematics without 1 as your starting point. It is not a number among numbers. It is the number from which all numbers proceed. No other number can make that claim. Remove 1 and the entire edifice of mathematics collapses into nothing, because nothing plus nothing equals nothing. But here is what struck me most profoundly, and this is the insight that reorganized my thinking completely. 1 is not just a number in the mirror. It also exists in reality. 1 is not just a tool for counting. 1 represents the singular, indivisible nature of reality itself. There is 1 universe. There is 1 source of all existence. There is 1 reality underlying all the diversity and complexity we observe. And the number 1, uniquely among all numbers, carries that existential weight. It is both a numerical marker and a statement about the nature of what is. Every other number is purely abstract. 2 does not exist independently in nature the way 1 does. 2 describes a relationship, a quantity, a count of things. But there are not 2 realities. There is 1. It is the same with every other number. These are magnificent and indispensable, but they are tools, abstractions. They exist only in the mirror. However, 1 exists both in reality and in the mirror. In the mirror, 1 as a mathematical numeral that can be divided, multiplied, raised to any power. But in reality, 1 is untransformable. The singular, foundational 1 cannot be changed into something else. It resists transformation, not because of a mathematical rule, but because of what it represents. The uncaused cause, a reality that by its very nature, indivisible and untransformable. And once I saw that, once I understood that 1 occupies a category entirely its own, the closet organized itself. Now that I have explained my understanding of mathematics and the nature of 1, we can return to Terryology with fresh eyes. Imagine the candle on the table again, situated in front of the mirror. What do you see? You see 2 candles, but in reality, there is only 1. The second candle, the one in the mirror, is not a candle at all. Remove the mirror, and it vanishes instantly while the real candle keeps burning. This is the error at the heart of Terryology. Terrence Howard looked at the scene and saw 2 candles. He counted both the real one and the reflection and concluded that 1 times 1 must equal 2. And in a very narrow sense, you can see how he got there. The reflection is convincing. It looks real. It behaves like a candle. It even flickers when the real one flickers. But it is not real. It exists only in the mirror, and that distinction makes all the difference. To take this further, now add a second mirror, and another reflection appears. Add a third mirror, and there is another reflection. Each additional mirror multiplies the reflections without changing the candle in the slightest. The candle remains exactly what it always was, singular, indivisible, unchanged. This is how mathematics actually works. The candle and its first reflection represent 1 times 1, which reveals only one mathematical mirror image. Add a second mirror, and you have 1 times 2, revealing only 2 mathematical mirror images. A third mirror gives you 1 times 3, which reveals 3 images, as long as you count only what is within the mirror. Within the realm of mathematics, the results are perfectly consistent. Every equation balances. Every calculation holds. Howard, in his unique theory, counted both the actual candle and its reflection, and that led him to believe that 1 times 1 equals 2. And at that moment, he left mathematics behind. It is noteworthy that in his writings, Howard recognized that 1 is foundational, describing it as the patriarchal number from which all others proceed. He sensed its special standing, but failed to see its dual nature. And because Howard left mathematics, mathematics left him.